All right, in this quick take, we're going to go ahead and look at Hubad Lubad a little bit in depth. Now, my partner here has not really done Hubad before, so this is a really cool opportunity. You get to see somebody actually learn how to do it, and then we're going to take that basic template, the way most schools teach it, and we're going to adjust it so that we can turn what a lot of its detractors refer to as Filipino patty cake into something that's actually functional and usable. So, typically when we do Hubad Lubad, it starts off with what we like to call the Jerry Springer punch. So, what I want you to do is swing the big Jerry Springer punch at my head. So, we get the inside block. Once we've gotten this block, we're going to take our other hand and we're going to come up under that arm so that we get this X block form. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to this because this will come back later. From this point, we're going to take this arm and we're going to push his arm over, and then we're going to check. I now feed him the big Jerry Springer punch. He catches it, he comes underneath, he gets the check, he feeds me the punch. Now, we see this in so many demonstrations. We see this all the time. But the problem is, in reality, this is not functional. This is just the rudimentary structure to learn this pattern. So now we're going to change a couple of things, and we're going to swap places here. There are some subtleties in Hubad that are frequently missed. So he feeds me that punch, and I get this inside block. This inside block is generally a very poor strategy because it allows you, once you leave the empty-handed region, once you leave this and start taking weapons into account, this becomes a liability, and we'll get to that in a minute. Next thing is this transition right here. We see this done all the time as 1, 2, 3. Now remember, I said you'd see that X block again. The reality of this is the motion. This is the movement. So if he's swinging at me, we're moving dynamically into our opponent with a lot of forward pressure. And see how he is immediately turned offline by that. So again, nice and slow, 1, 2, 3 becomes 1, 2. All right? The next important thing to understand with this is we are not doing here, here, here. You see this all the time. My personal opinion is this came out of the 90s and selling Hubad Lubad as an energy drill. This is not an energy drill. I don't care what certain people with lots of rank say. There is no energy here. So, feet, here, here, here. And now we're going to correct this. Go ahead and take your knife. So the problem with the inside block is if I feed him here and he makes that inside block, if I'm using reverse grip edge in, this is a fantastic place for me to cut him and hit him. So that inside block, yeah, it's cool if it's a kind of, you can keep the knife doesn't matter. It's cool if it's kind of an oh shit sort of motion. But if you're smart about it, you'll take the outside path on this. So feed me the punch, we pass. We get control of that arm, and then we check. And when we're checking, this is a very important thing. This check here does not go below the elbow, the check goes above the elbow. We want to have total control of this arm from this lever point so we can turn him. Now, if we pick up sticks here, we can see this exact same thing, because this becomes very problematic trying to get around here to this position. So instead, feet, we've got this right here, again, from the outside. Because once you have that outside line, you are now pushing through his center line. Your weight is forward, he's off balance, and you can take a dominant position in this fight and do what you need to do. Otherwise, you're just out here waving your hands around, and you'll never be able to do anything at that range. At that range specifically on his arm and in relationship to the lever points of his arm. And you go ahead and shoot the stick, and you'll see here that when we start approaching it from this angle, it easily transitions from empty hand against a weapon to using a weapon against a weapon. All right, it flows naturally. When you get stuck in this original form of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, this never works and never will. So that's my quick bit for today, and I hope that helps you all out. Thank you very much.